All right, welcome inside Studio J. It is the Auto Trader tip-off. Shaq is turning his fan off. BD is stopping fanning himself. I'm just going to let you go with that.
No, go ahead.
Where'd you get that?
Don't worry about it.
Is that one of yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Because I'm looking so hot in this baby blue blazer.
Man, hot it.
I got to cool myself down.
Looking like a raindrop.
Hot air balloon.
Okay, okay, Shaq.
Okay.
No, it's Bob Shakadu.
Okay, Shaq.
Okay. We got a tweet that comes in right off the top here, which was making that Candace Parker's hairstylist money.
Yeah, her hair on fleek.
Candace,
Ain't it? Hair on fleek. I
Shout
see
out to
you.
Mick.
I
Shout
see
out
you,
to my girl
boo-boo.
Mina.
I see
Shout out
you,
to Mick
boo-boo.
and Mina. Hooking it up.
Now, I heard there was a set issue last week. Was
I
there
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she was late.
I don't recall.
Yeah, she was late.
I actually heard BD was...
She was late.
Yeah.
You know.
Time to accelerate your game.
She's acting like a prima donna, getting her hair done, her nails done, her feet done.
That's what we're doing, Shaq.
Coach Bud, one of the many Coach of the Year candidates, done such a terrific job, but not just, you look at offensively, really across the board. The Bucks have been great. It's not a question they've had a great regular season. However, they are a 1 seed that nobody really wants to give credit, it seems like, nationally. So as we look at the standings, I want to go around. Shaq, I'll start with you and ask the question everybody seems to ask when we're always sitting in the back. Who's the second best player on the Bucks? And do they have enough if Giannis is controlled by a team defensively in a series?
The answer to that is Chris Middleton. He can create his own shot. In the playoffs, which starts next week, I'm going to need him to average over 18 points consistently. Every game, no nights off, play that well. The third piece they have is Mr. Lopez. He's shooting the three well. You know, he's doing a lot of other things well. And just like most teams, everyone else will have to do it by committee. You know, you get different guys that contribute in different ways, meaning that. But to answer your question, Chris Middleton is the number 2 guy, and this is the number 3 guy right there. These guys can put up consistent numbers during the playoffs. I think it's safe to say Milwaukee Bucks versus Golden State Warriors in the finals.
Well, yeah, not a lot of people have said that. And one of the reasons is they wonder about those big shots. But Bledsoe has had a great – he really has stepped up even defensively.
I
You
forgot
see
about
he's been
Bledsoe.
into it all year.
He's
He's played good basketball.
man.
Good enough to help this group go far? Where you have the Bucks, Candace?
I'm going to pass the rock to Barron because I know you love
That's my guy.
I know you love Eric Bledsoe. So I'm going to come back to Brogdon, but I'm going to pass the rock to my PG.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
You know, I love Bledsoe. I think he is the engine. Outside of Giannis, he's the guy who's the most explosive player on the team, meaning he's a glue guy. He's a bully for other guards. He can be a great defender, and he makes winning plays. And that's why I like Bledsoe. I think that he's going to be the most important player outside of Giannis going into the playoffs for Milwaukee.
And can get his own bucket, which you need, right, guys, especially in the fourth quarter. You mentioned Brogdon. I want to show you the numbers. They expect him, Candace, obviously back for playoffs. So important, such a smart player. But look at the differences with and without him.
Yeah, and for me, Malcolm Brogdon is one of the most important players. He's obviously hurt, part of an elite club in a 90-50-40, shooting 40% from the three-point line, which is what Milwaukee needs to do to be able to survive in the playoffs, is that guy that's going to lock up the best perimeter player on the other team. So in order to make Shaq's prediction correct of Milwaukee meeting Golden State in the finals, Brogdon's going to have to come back healthy and is going to have to come back in the second round.
They try to get deeper. Mirotic comes in, 99 problems, but you know I won.
A titch ain't
That's
one.
right. You know what is also not a problem when you have icy hot? Shaq would know. Let's look at the footage. This is just from pregame. Now, Embiid's going to go tonight. He wants to play, Shaq, but you could tell still wincing a little bit and feeling some pain.
Why? Yeah, I mean, if I was him, I would definitely, want to go into the postseason at 100%, but he wants to play. The kid wants to play, let him play. But if he starts twinging like that during the game, definitely got to take him out.
Jimmy Butler not going to go. Embiid will play. You look at the Sixers. They've been slumping. Candace, when you look at Philly, that starting 5, everybody looks at it and says, okay, if not Golden State, maybe by name they've got that best group. But you need more than that, and you also need that 5 to work together. Where are you on the Sixers now as we head kind of to this final stretch of regular season games?
Well, I think they've had a tough stretch because guys have been in and out. Last night they played Atlanta Hawks. Obviously, Atlanta Hawks are playing really just for fun and being spoilers at this point, and they've beat them 2 consecutive times within the last 2 weeks. So I think as a lineup, they need to figure out offensively how to best utilize Jimmy Butler. I think that's been the main thing, is making sure that he's getting his shots. Tobias Harris has played well, but when you're fitting 2 guys like that together, it's going to be tough.
Tobias Harris went where, by the way?
Oh, he went to the University of Tennessee.
Right.
Oh,
Yep.
come on.
What is this?
That's him.
What is this?
Why
Why
you
do I
always
do
worry
this
about
every
what me and
week?
him
like
doing?
I thought since
Why you always worry
here,
about?
maybe you guys wouldn't do that. What are y'all doing?
Nothing. I'm paying attention.
Are you
Thank
being
you. I'm
paranoid?
looking at you.
just
Yeah, she
saying.
is paranoid.
I didn't even see them do it.
Paranoid.
I'm interested.
They're the person when you're answering the teacher's question and,
No.
and these two guys are looking
No,
behind
you're
you.
making-
Not
you're
looking
making great
behind you.
points.
Not gonna
Yes.
You're
We're
making
looking
great
at you.
points.
First of all,
We respect you,
you can
Senator.
see him.
Yeah, you're making great points.
Yeah, Senator.
Incredible point.
I'm not
It's
a
just
senator
watering.
today. I don't have a jacket.
Beatty, when you look at it, Butler's closed out some games, been their closer. It seems like they've gotten behind him in those spots, which has been good. But have you seen enough chemistry? We know a team like Golden State, they could turn the switch on because they've been there, done it. This is a team trying to kind of get that switch turned on the first time.
Yeah, they're going to have some problems. I think that, you got a lot of guys that need the ball and are comfortable with having the ball in their hands. And so you got Butler and Tobias. They have a lot of players that have a lot of talent. They just got to figure out who is going to do what, when, and at what point in the game. And, having somebody like Embiid, having somebody like Jimmy Butler, I think those are the cornerstones of who you go to in the clutch. But you also have to figure out Tobias Harris is super important to what you're doing. Ben Simmons has to figure out what his flow is in the game. And then I think they're going to have to deal with chemistry as they're going through the playoffs.
Something we'll be dealing with, especially if Candace continues to think you guys are all over it. Travis. Creeping everyone
Thanks,
out.
Trav. Thanks, Trav. I appreciate you, Trav.
Shaq, we've got a lot to do, including this. It's Steph Curry against Magic Johnson, Byron Scott,
Oh, he's signed to take
and
that.
all of the Lakers. Shaq, get out there.
Michael Cooper coming in off the bench.
Can you name 3 Lakers who are playing tonight?
Yeah, Kuzma.
Kuzma?
Ball.
No.
And LeBron.
That's 0 for 3. But don't worry, there's 161 games left. That's baseball. We'll see you on the other side. Auto Trader pregame continues.
All them